And a good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Sean Hammond here in the Laker Country Weather Center. It is 4:51 a.m. on Wednesday, March the 29th, 2023. Keeping a close watch on the strong to severe storm potential coming up on Friday night and into early Saturday morning. We will get to that in just a moment. Right now, though, there's a look at the current radar this morning. You can see nothing happening anywhere across the Commonwealth. Chilly out there. We'll look at temperatures in just a moment. But going to be a nice day today and dry with sunshine, and temperatures will top out at about 59 degrees. There's the current Kentucky Mesonet this morning. You can see Russell County at the freezing mark at about 32 degrees. We've got 29 in Liberty, 26 in Somerset, 33 right now in Monticello, 32 in Albany, 27, that's the cool spot in Burkesville right now, 34 over in Edmonton, 32 in Columbia, and then Campbellsville tied with Burkesville this morning. They are currently sitting at 27 degrees. So like I said, temperatures today are going to top out at around 59. Some folks may hit 60 degrees later on today and this afternoon. All right, everybody's wanting to know about the severe weather potential coming up for Friday. So let's get right back into that right now. And there's a look at the current threats. This was just posted by the Storm Prediction Center. You can see the green, that is a level 1 marginal risk. If you look over here right under the logo, I've got a legend there now with the colors and the corresponding threat. The yellow, that is a level 2 slight risk, and that does include the Lake Cumberland area. It includes Russell County and, like I said, everybody in the Lake Cumberland area. And then we've also got a level 3 enhanced risk. This is just to the west of Bowling Green, stretching over to Paducah, and then into parts of Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, West Tennessee, and all the way back into Arkansas. Very large enhanced risk. Stretches all the way up to parts of Iowa. This is a very large system that we are keeping a close watch on. And the timing, unfortunately, looks to be a late night event between 9 p.m. and 4 a.m. So we're talking about late Friday night and into the wee hours on Saturday. Now, as you can tell by those threats, it does appear that the best threat for severe weather is going to be across western Kentucky. But still, though, there is a severe weather threat, and we're going to look at that a little bit closely right now. Let's get to the future radar, and we will look at the model. I'm using a lower resolution model because the more higher resolution models that kind of give you more detail, we'll have to wait till tomorrow because they have a shorter, they go out a shorter period of time. So this is going to be just the regular NAM, and you can see we'll start it at Wednesday today at 5 a.m., and there's nothing going to be going on today. So I'm going to jump ahead, and we're going to go all the way to Friday. We'll go to Friday afternoon. We'll start at noon on Friday. And see here. There we go. Started about 1 o'clock Friday. My bad. All right, you can see this particular run of the model depicting showers, maybe a few storms, but we do expect development to happen over around Missouri, Arkansas, and we expect that to form into a big, long squall line. So let's start moving this forward. And let me back it up a little bit more. There's that low pressure right there. Let me illustrate here. That's where the low is going to be, right there. And, of course, we are going to be on the southern end of that low in the warm sector, and that's why we are expecting strong to severe storms coming up on Friday. So there's 10 o'clock Friday. You can see, there we go. There's that line forming. It's over western Kentucky at that point. And here's 1 o'clock Saturday morning. And this run has that line moving through the Lake Cumberland area around that time. Again, 1 o'clock Saturday morning. Now, with the radar looking exactly like this, I sound like a broken record, and the answer is no. It will not look like this. But it does give us an idea. And, you know, we don't like these late night severe weather situations because, you know, folks trying to sleep and all that. But this run does try to bring those showers and storms into the area by 1 o'clock Saturday morning. You can see by the time we get to 4 a.m. Saturday, it's pretty much, for the most part, cleared the state. So here's what I want to do. We are going to take a look now at the Cape. Now, I did this last week for the severe weather that we could have had last Friday. CAPE stands for Convective Available Potential Energy. Basically, just think of it as fuel for the storms. And you have to have some fuel there for storms to get going. It's just it's obvious. So let's pull that up. I'm going to back it up to about 7 o'clock Friday, and we are going to turn on surface-based capes. And let's go to 1 a.m. when it has that line moving through. So I'm going to put this over the Lake Cumberland area. That's 116 joules per kilogram. That's not a whole lot of cape, not a whole lot of fuel for those storms to work with. So I do think it's kind of a conditional threat for severe weather. Like I said, the best chance is going to be across western Kentucky. Now, we're going to have a lot of wind energy. I'm talking about winds about a mile above your head in the upper atmosphere, 70, 80 miles an hour. And if you can have a lot of wind energy, and you don't need a whole lot of cape, a whole lot of fuel to get storms going. But certainly there's not going to be a whole lot of fuel for those storms to work with, which that may be working in our favor. And speaking of the wind, you're probably not too worried about the winds above your head. You're worried about what's going to be happening at the surface. Folks, we could have winds, non-thunderstorm wind gusts, anywhere from 50 to 60 miles per hour. And let's check that out. This is a model for potential wind gusts. And look at that. This is showing 50 miles per hour across Lake Cumberland at 10 o'clock. There's some 60s showing up in portions of Indiana. We'll move it up to 1 a.m. on Saturday, and look at that, just to the south, 60 mile per hour winds. Now, this is, like I said, these are just models. They're trying to give us an idea of what's going to happen. It won't look exactly like that, but you remember a few weeks ago we had that severe weather event. Didn't really have any severe weather. The storms didn't pan out, but we had those extremely gusty winds that caused all those power outages. Well, we're going to have those non-thunderstorm winds happening again coming up on Friday. So now let's take a look at I'm going to pull up the upper winds, because I was telling you we're going to have a lot of wind energy. So look at that. Now, this is not on the surface. Please understand, this is winds about a mile above your head. We're talking about in the upper atmosphere for that wind shear, for storms to work with. Going to have plenty of wind shear. The question is, though, is there going to be enough fuel for those storms to form? And that's just something we're going to have to kind of wait and see. And we'll probably have a little better understanding coming up tomorrow, and especially into Friday morning, we'll have a really good idea. But there is the threats one more time again. There's the legend right there, right under the severe weather threat logo. We've got that green in eastern Kentucky that is a level 1 marginal risk. Here in the Lake Cumberland area and much of central and south central Kentucky, we are in that level 2 slight risk. And if you look back off to the west, just to the west of Bowling Green and going all the way into western Kentucky and on out toward the Midwest, we've got that level 3 enhanced risk. Now, in terms of the threats for us here in the Lake Cumberland area, the main threat is going to be damaging straight line winds. Of course, we can't rule out a few isolated spin-up tornadoes, but I do think that the best tornado threat is going to be across western Kentucky. So, just keep it tuned in to Laker Country 104.9, and also here on the YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching this video at. We'll have more videos posted to kind of get you ready, give you updates as they become available. If we get any new information later on this afternoon, I may try to squeeze out another weather update video this afternoon, so just be watching out for that. Folks, have yourselves a wonderful Thursday. I wish it was Thursday. Have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday, and stay safe.